Good morning, victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. My name is Kim, and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. Today's video is intended to answer Vanessa's question. Hi, Vanessa. About whether or not we invited this into our lives or what role we played in bringing this into our lives. Now, Vanessa's question is really quite fabulous because, if you're doing research, trying to figure out what the hell just happened in your life, you're going to come across a lot of really wacky New Age philosophies about you got exactly, what you were, projecting. Okay, so what did we get? We didn't get the monster. We didn't get the liar, the cheater, the thief. We didn't get this, underhanded, creepy, sneaky piece of shit. That's not what we got. We got someone who appeared to be just like us, who shared our values, our integrity, our sense of morality, our interests, and our hobbies. We got what appeared to be the perfect person, a soulmate, a life partner. That's what we initially got. So let's just put all the psychobabble, in the back burner here for a minute, because that is not what we got. What we initially started out with and what we ended up with, what we know to be true about the narcissist today, is the polar opposite of what we initially got. New Age philosophies and, psychobabble is going to lead you to believe that you somehow attracted this evil into your life. Now, let's think about that. Now, for me to have actually attracted Trevor, I would have had to clear all the furniture in my living room. I would have had to take a tin of black spray painted a pentagram on my floor. I would have had to have been sitting in the pentagram with the Ouija board out, sacrificing a bloody chicken with my kitchen knife, trying to conjure up the devil. Now, come on. How the hell does that work? The horrible, horrible evil that we attracted, I mean, I'm telling you, you would have been having to you would have been attempting to conjure up Satan to attract that into your life. This is just not the truth. Satan didn't show up. What showed up was what you truly believe to be this wonderful, kind, gentle, empathetic, loving, generous person. Why? Because that was the energy that you were sending out. Now, whether or not the initial person that you started your relationship with was real or not, you believed them to be real. They were real to you. All the kindness and love and generosity that you were shown was real to you. You had internalized that person to be a wonderful, perfect person. So if the perfect person shows up, let's just say that that's where your energy was going. Now, I want to go back to the beginning for a minute, okay? Because the narcissist did not just become deceitful today, certainly not since they were in adulthood. It started way, way back in infancy. Now, I want to go back to the very beginning, okay, when all of this starts for the narcissist. Now, many infants, small children experience trauma. For many, they just accept it, even in infancy, and breeze right through and carry on with their lives. For some, the trauma is quite great, and there is a bit of a fracture that happens in their spirit, and they are making a choice, even in infancy at that time, to identify and absorb the trauma, and quite often an empath will be born into that person's spirit and into that person's soul, where they see the injustice and they're constantly trying to level the scales. Even in infancy, they're able to recognize this is bad and I need to create this good. For some, the narcissist, the psychopath, the sociopath, they experience this trauma and they go through a process called splitting. Even in infancy, given the choice to create that balance, these people, even in infancy, do not take that route. What they do is they absorb the trauma. They don't like it. They're picking another route, and they kill off, murder the traumatized infant or child, and they start reinventing themselves. They have chosen the dark side even in infancy. They have chosen a path of lying and deceiving even in infancy. So it's kind of a real separator of the human population. These people chose the dark side even in their earliest stages. So what this tells me is evil is real. They chose evil from their earliest days. They are the children of the corn. So these people are master deceivers. This is a choice they made in early childhood, in many cases infancy. They had other options, even in their innocence and infancy back in the day. So truly, you were deceived by an absolute master deceiver. This is truly who they are at the very core of their existence. Now, when you meet someone initially who is showing you a really wonderful person, it is not your job to start questioning them, kind of trying to figure out, is this person real or not? I mean, you took the very human route. You saw a good person, you responded to the good person, they were showing you love, you responded with love. You acted in an extremely human sort of way. So don't be kicking yourself. You were truly deceived by a master deceiver who has been doing this since their earliest days. And no, you didn't invite any of this shit into your life. But from this point forward, from here, you should really be looking at the type of vibe you are sending out. Because now, I mean, you're probably carrying a bit of baggage. You're probably a bit suspicious of people now. But you don't want to, inflict that on everyone, because that's not fair, because there's a lot of really great and decent people out there. Now, a new relationship with a great person would be a wonderful thing. But guys, until you're healed, now you're mad because that piece of shit just brought all their emotional chaos into your life. So if you are in a state of emotional chaos, you don't want to be dragging that into somebody new's life either, because that's not fair to them, and we're not about that kind of stuff. So in conclusion, I just want to say I do not believe in any of the new age philosophies that we invited this into our lives. This isn't what we initially got into our lives. I think that we have to consider, that what we put out there was love and trust and honesty and loyalty. And unfortunately, that's just not what we got back. We got back a lying, deceiving, absolutely horrendous human being. Okay, so it is what it is. And again, it comes down to acceptance. There's that saying, it's easier to fool people than to make people realize they've been fooled. And in the situation with the narcissist, as we kind of really come to terms with what's happened, that's what we're confronted with. We were fooled, and now we need to really accept that. Vanessa, I really appreciate your comments. I appreciate all your comments, guys. It really has been a wonderful experience for me getting to know you guys. Thanks for watching my videos. If you feel so inclined, please go ahead and subscribe. And Vanessa, peace be with you today, my sister. To you all.